Antonia! What's up?
What were you just doing?
Pooping?
Alright, look, I need to talk to you about True Blood.
No, shh. No more True Blood talk, Antonia. No more.
Oh, come on. I gotta tell you about Warlow's
We
pants.
spoke about the True Blood season premiere for hours now. Just let it go. Just let it go.
Oh my god.
Antonia, what's wrong?
It's Bloodlust. It's calling me.
Oh no. Antonia, we swore we were done with Bloodlust. It's too dangerous.
The urge to do Bloodlust is too strong.
Bloodlust is over.
Ah! It's tearing at my heart. I want to talk about Pam and Tara's lame off-screen sex scene.
That was lame.
I hate this shirt. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Okay, Antonia.
Does this mean we can do the show? Wait, don't leave me. Don't leave me. I'm okay. Hello, Tubies, and welcome to Bloodlust. We let Russell Edgington borrow our other set. My name's Antonia.
And I'm Alex, and I know that we told you that Bloodlust would be ending after last season's True Blood, but
After watching the season 6 premiere, we literally could not help ourselves. We had to come, we had to talk about it, we had to be here right now.
now we're not going to be reviewing every episode of True Blood.
No, we
Okay?
will not be.
We won't be doing that.
No.
But you'll be seeing us.
For show. You'll be seeing us for show. So here's our double review for True Blood Season 6, Episode 1 and 2, titled,
Where are you? Who are you? Who are you really? The sun?
So Season 6 started off with a cluster.
So we open up right where season 5 left off.
Bill begins to rise from the blood. Suki either has halitosis or something's going on with her breath because it is hot. Okay, it is hot. So Eric and Suki run to the elevator.
How did they know that Bill didn't have motion sensing vision like T-Rex?
They should have just stood still.
Don't move. Can't see us if we don't move.
Get the flare! You never take an elevator during an emergency. Don't you know that?
You always take the steps.
Take the stairs.
Stairs.
So Eric and Suki are stranded in the elevator until Suki uses her fairy flashlight to help them find their way.
Andy.
I thought that vampires could see in the dark. I don't know.
You were thinking of cats.
Cats.
Yeah, cats can see in the dark. He like Kill Bills his way out of there, like. Boom.
Huh?
Meanwhile, upstairs, Sam, Luna, and Baby Ware are escaping via a drainage pipe or something like that. I honestly can't remember. So Luna can't quite make it. She falls on the ground and she's like, "Go on without me. Take Emma and raise her as your own.
Live, Rose.
Promise me."
And then Sam was like, "See ya." Why didn't Sam just shift into a horse or something and carry her away? You know you can do that. Now, I don't know if you saw the post-episode interview with Bill Compton or, what's his real name? Seth Rogen?
Stephen Moyer.
I was close.
Okay.
He said that when he directed the episode, he originally had Sam taking the innards of a authority member who died and shoving it in the mouth of Luna. They cut that scene. Thank God.
It just seems so sweet.
And it was a really moving moment.
Wouldn't it be cool to have somebody shoving innards into somebody's mouth?
This is the second time that they filmed her death. The first time was at the end of last season, but for some reason they cut it. I thought she was gonna have like this banging death. It's gonna be so dramatic. Right. The music was gonna swell. She went out like this.
It's dead.
It did.
It really did.
They gave Sam's brother more of
a going away party.
That dude took like 20 minutes to die. Half the episode was him talking to Sam.
Is Luna really dead?
He gave her the kick test.
He gave it, oh, the kick test?
That's foolproof. So the new Leslie's, Pam and Tara, Brain Dead Jason, Joe Sergeant Mary Poppins, and what's her name? Jessica. Finally escape from the authority, and surprise, surprise, Eric and Sookie are there in the van to pick them up. Except it's not a van, it's an SUV.
I think it's time to ditch this party.
How did they get there?
Who?
Eric and Sookie. How the hell did they get there? So for some reason during this escape from this f***ing hellhole, someone yells stop. Eric Tokyo drifts to a halt just as Bill is walking out of the rubble that was once the authority.
Is that Bill? Not anymore.
Get the f*** out of here!
Oh gosh! Get out of here!
Must go faster.
Super peen. All that shit, literally everything that we just talked about, all took place before the opening credits. By the way, did Bill walking out of the flames remind anyone else of V for Vendetta? Forget. The True Blood upset. The season 6 opening slap. I can think of no reason why they thought it was decent to give us this ADHD crap.
Alright, enough of that.
Okay. So Sam and Emma, I guess, jog all the way back to Merlotte's. Sam carries Emma in and he senses an intruder, but instead of using his nose that can smell feelings and all that great stuff,
Smell bad diets and hate and envy.
He grabs a pool stick and gets ready to rumble.
it is Lala, and he pops out saying some slick ass shit.
Slick, but you're doing a robot.
Oh.
So Lala is his normal drunk ghetto self.
God damn it, I'm holding down the fort.
Reeking of my good tequila.
Sobering up on your office floor. Hell, drunk driving kills.
He keeps it classy.
So Emma walks up and says one of her brutally honest lines.
Oh, hey there, Shorty Pop.
My mommy's dead. I'm hungry.
What is wrong with this girl?
What are you, cutie patootie? I'm either gonna be a shapeshifter like my mommy or a werewolf like my daddy. He's dead.
Alrighty then.
He was eating. I watched. Can we play?
You want something deep fried, dipped in sugar, and fried all over again? Come on. Do something with your hair, too.
You want some cornbread? So speaking of black stereotypes, did you guys see Nelson Ellis, the actor that plays Lala, when he was on True Blood live before the premiere episode?
Are you gonna talk to the dead more this season?
I am gonna, yes. Taking over. Doing crazy shit. Things. Sorry.
That guy was either drunk or high or both or something.
Well, maybe he's just tired.
I'm not tired.
So the next day, Sam is working at the bar when these crazy kids show up. Who are they?
Hi there. Where y'all from?
LA.
Vermont.
Vermont? There ain't no black people living in Vermont. Who the hell they think they're fooling?
Maybe Connecticut. Maybe.
So Sparkle walks up to the bar and calls out Sam for what he really is. A shape-shifting son of a bitch.
You're a shifter, right?
What?
And Luna shifts into Steve Newland last night on TV. So she's a shifter too, right?
I want that to be a line in this show one day.
You shape-shifting son of a bitch. She's a part of this group called the Vampire Unity Society. Unity! Basically what she wants Sam to do is come out of the soup closet, and she wants him to declare himself a shifter to the world.
Because then you'll inspire the other supernaturals to do the same.
Nicole, you seem like a nice person, but you don't know all about my life.
Mind your business. Mind your business.
Apparently her grandparents single-handedly started the civil rights movement.
I know that my white grandmother and my black grandfather were freedom riders. Their actions started the civil rights movement.
If Zach can shift into a chicken, can he shift into an egg?
Oh my God. You just blew my mind. So our next bite mark is Jason.
Nora ends up glamoring Jason to tell her what he knows about
Wallow.
Tell me.
I
am sick as of you bloodsuckers brain raping me against my will.
I thought all rape was against the person's will, Jason. You know a little something about that, right? Right? That's not funny. So Jason accuses Sookie of choosing vampires over her own flesh and blood.
As far as I'm concerned, you're as dead to me as they are.
That's almost deep.
Then he runs across the boardwalk, where I'm assuming he jumps into the ocean.
Jason!
So after a long, long swim, he ends up on the side of the road, and this kindly old gentleman stops to pick him up. Many red flags would have went up for me at this point. Exhibit A, the creepy old station wagon.
Exhibit B.
The door magically opens by itself. Exhibit C.
No windshield wipers on the car.
Okay, we're gonna move past this exhibit section because you've clearly ran out of things to say.
Exhibit D. What's the significance? I don't know.
Jason ignores every sign possible, gets into the car with the stranger, and starts to blabble on about all he been there.
I feel like that little gay boy from that movie. I see dead people. My sister, she has some mental problems. Maybe I am going crazy.
So at this point, everyone and their mama thinks that this guy is Warlow, including me.
Including me. My mama said, that's Warlow. That's Warlow. I said, Mom, it's that's.
Who'd be there to stop Warlow from coming after her?
Who the hell do you think I am, Jason?
Turns out, this is actually Niall or Neil or whatever.
I'm not Warlow. I'm your very grandfather.
Papa to Claude and Claudine. You remember them, right?
You remember them.
Claudine died for no reason.
Every time I think about her and think about waste of time, we invested our hearts into this fairy.
Why do they pay these actors on the show if they're just gonna kill them like that? Freaking peanuts, they pay them, I bet. Peanuts!
Okay, so this whole creepy car ride thing was just a test.
Which he failed.
Well, if you know me so well, you know I hate tests.
To see if Jason had any street smarts, which
he doesn't.
And he never, ever, ever will.
So Jason takes his fairy grandfather to Sookie's house to show him the portal that Willow tried to break in last season.
You remember that, through the bathroom, that bad CGI. I'm coming for you, Sookie.
So now jumps to the portal, and Jason tries to follow him.
No, Jason. No. You are not special.
Don't you forget it.
It's worse than I thought.
Hey, why the do they always come back wet?
The other world is so juicy.
All right, let's go. Alcide.
Alcide in the wolf pack crap.
So Alcide has accepted his new role as Packmaster. And it's Packmaster tradition that he eats the flesh of the old leader, which we saw last season with Marcus.
You guys remember Marcus, right? Yeah, neither do I. So Alcide's beat up ass decides to eat this man, not in wolf form, but in human form, which is very untraditional, if you ask me. Bite it. Bite it like a little monkey. Then this bitch walks up, being all extra, and decides she needs to bend the knee and pledge her loyalty to Alcide.
I'm glad to serve you. Any way I can.
And you know what? I would have done the exact same motherfucking thing. Alcide!
So while out on the run, Alcide decides to claim his right to the first night with Danielle here. And I think this is the first frontal nudity scene of the show.
Actually, a lot of people might think that really it was Lilith's
That
scene.
beaver cleaver.
Yes, that was actually the first full frontal. But there is nothing real about that trapezoid mound. It's just like stuck on there.
That's the old claptrap.
That sweaty old hot box. All right, enough about bushes. Let's talk about what's happening in the bushes.
So Alcide and Danielle are getting it in when Ricky decides to step in and break up the party. Did I say break up the party? I mean, get that party started right.
Girl, I want to make you sweat. Sweat till you can't sweat no more. And if you cry out, I'm gonna push some more.
Let's get back to the show.
Oh, to the show. Okay. That was the most jacked up menage a trois ever. Brought her down to her knees, was like, suck this.
I'm your #1 bitch. Don't ever forget it.
But it appears that Alcee does just that when he brings along Danielle instead of Ricky when they go over with Big Martha to Sam's house to steal back Emma.
It's just a matter of time before they find you.
Listen, Emma can shift, we can hide, we'll be okay.
You sure about that?
Who the f are you?
This reminds me of Harry Potter when that other asshole was walking around with Malfoy and Goyle, and I was like, where the f is Crabbe? Where's Crabbe?
So the Wares want Emma back, and Sam is like, no. The last time you had her, Russell turned her into his little purse poodle.
But they're like, f all
Like
that.
that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Sam, bring up back!
You belong with us, sweetie.
And Emma gets whisked away by the bad guys against her will to be with her own kind.
That kid is gonna be seriously f up. Family, though, right?
As they say down south, keep it in the family.
I don't think that that's what they're referring
Keep
to.
it in the family.
So Sookie and Jess go over to Stonehenge and have some girl talk. Basically, they just say that they don't know what Bill is, but they know one thing. They can trust in one another.
You got a friend in me.
So suddenly, Jess gets summoned by Lord Billeth himself, and Eric foolishly stands in his way.
Her way. That is a girl.
Lovely.
What happens then?
Well, I'm gonna tell you. So they let this poor child get tortured, and then they finally let her go. They take Sookie's car, which I guess is faster than Jessica's.
Her light speed.
And
right?
she and Sookie go over to Monster Bill's to find out what he wants so f***ing badly. That he had to wake me up, make my heart beat all hard. You know, he better be needed something serious. Something.
Something.
Is he dead?
I like to imagine that pile of red dust is actually Bill's farts. He's so old, he farts dust.
That's so funny. The last time I heard that, I laughed so hard I fell off my dinosaur.
So Eric and Nora show up out of nowhere, and Bill is all like, boom, boom, bleh. So Sookie decides up to her to save the day, and she stakes Bill. Ta-da! Sookie saved the day.
But everyone knows the only way to kill Bill is... And then you stake him, silly girl.
I brought you here tonight so you could see for yourselves. I am no monster.
So you're telling me that you dragged me all the way out here, kicking, screaming, and bleeding, to tell me that you weren't a monster? Dude, you could have texted me that shit.
Right. So Jess decides to stand up for her papa and kicks everyone out of the house.
Get out. All of you.
So I guess that friendship thing was short-lived, huh?
Get out!
Did you notice how Bill caused a mild earthquake?
Get out.
And nobody
said anything like, is this a f***ing earthquake?
So later, much later, Sookie goes home to find that her fairy granddad has come to help her fight Warlow, the ZZ Top / Swamp Man vampire that's after her.
So we find out that Warlow not only killed Sookie's parents, but he killed Neil's parents too. And that Neil is the king of a tribe called Quest. And...
I'm king of our tribe.
That makes you a fairy princess. And that makes me a fairy prince.
The gene skipped you.
How many times do we have to tell you, Jason, you're not special? You ain't I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. So Papa Fairy teaches Sookie the super secret ancient family fairy trick, which you can make a ball of light turn supernova, which is the only thing that could kill Warlow. Is that what it is?
You can only use it once. And after that, you'll be Fae no longer.
Which means she would no longer be special. Which means there would no longer be a reason to have a show about her. Which means True Blood would end.
Would we end?
Probably.
No shit.
So there's a new governor in town. No, not him. Yes, that's the one. So he's declared in so many words, war on the vampire race.
Buy a gun. Stock up on wooden bullets. This is still America.
He's put a curfew on all vampires,
Right.
made it illegal for them to come out after dark. What the f? He stripped away their rights to own businesses.
He stripped away their rights period.
He's actually decreed that since they're not technically humans, they don't have any civil rights, which means that there are no crimes against vampires. These people are basically living in a 24/7 The Purge at all times. Oh, no one saw that.
I didn't. I regret that decision.
And you boys, wait, let me guess. Male strippers.
Tara gets ahead of herself, like she oft-time does.
She's always getting ahead of herself, isn't she? But normally it's with doorknobs.
So Tara gets shot.
You just threatened me, Fanger?
Tara, don't!
Turns out, these aren't regular old bullets now. As we find out when Eric uses a broken bottle as a scalpel to remove it.
It's a silver bullet that emits UV light. If the humans want war, we'll give them war.
He goes over to the governor's place of business, disguised as this animal activist lobbyist or something like that.
Yeah, that's funny.
The governor will see you now.
Wonderful.
I love it whenever we see Eric in disguise.
Oh, hey, y'all. How's it going? Steve sent me over to man the exit here.
There's some witty banter between the two men, a lot of subtext.
Oh, whooping cranes have been known to defend their territory.
Well, they're no match for a hunter.
It's a tough bird.
But then Eric cuts to the chase.
You will stop your persecution of vampires.
Guards!
What?
So apparently the humans have developed a new contact lens that protects them from glamour time. At the same time, keeping their eyes moisturized and oxidized.
What?
What?
It's time for humans to bite back. You take this sneaky son of a bitch to camp.
To the camps? Oh no! Eric is captured. Is all hope lost? How will we ever escape? I don't. Oh, it was that easy?
He done flew away.
What? They can fly?
So not to be deterred, Eric waits until the governor's daughter is going to bed. He's smart now, so he knows she's wearing them contacts. So when she takes the contacts out, puts them down, he then comes up and glamours her.
Why don't you invite me in?
Come on in.
Let's just hope that mind raping is the only thing that Eric has in mind.
Tricky, tricky for some licky, licky.
So after Bill sings just a lullaby, he goes downstairs and he proceeds to have these visions of this horrible shit that's happening to all these different vampires. There's a whipping, there's a burning of a child vampire, there's a dragging of a vampire behind a truck.
There's all these civil rights innuendos going on.
There's another one that's the police are beating the shit out of him for pulling out a cell phone. The other one can't get a cab. And there's one that Paula Deen hired to cater a wedding. It's crazy.
And then these bloody messes show up.
Who are you?
Check out that bush. Nice afro. So America's Next Top Vampires escort Bill over to Antonia Jr. and they proceed to have a chat about God.
And such.
Am I God?
No, there is no God but God.
God made vampire, God made human, then God was like, F y'all, fend for yourselves, and I'm assuming that's how the history of the Bible went.
So meanwhile, back in reality, Jess is freaking out about her dead-eyed daddy. So, like any sensible teenager would do, she orders delivery.
It's not delivery, it's Veronica.
You know, there's a $50 minimum for me dragging my ass all the way down here.
Run for your life. Bill Exorcist of Emily Roses the shit out of this poor girl. She breakdances her way all the way back to him, and then he like bone cracks her to the point where all of her life's blood comes out of her mouth, projects into his mouth.
I heard of eating while sleepwalking, but damn!
It was sick, it was disturbing, it was disgusting, it was f***ing awesome.
How can we make it just a little bit more watchable and enjoyable for the kids? Do you think Godric knew about Lilith?
I think that Godric is Lilith. No, I mean, of course, Godric didn't know about Lilith because when Godric existed, this f***ing show didn't know where it was going and Lilith didn't exist yet. So when he wakes up, he turns on the news and he sees that a vamp is being dragged by a car. Wait a minute.
We done seen that in his head dreams. He can see the future.
I can see the future.
He can see the future.
Oh, now, lottery tickets.
They're all gonna burn.
Jess was in there, Eric,
Pam,
Tara,
Sookie.
God, I wish. So Andy,
learning how to be a daddy.
he tried to avoid it, but Arlene snapped that ass into shape.
And when you stick Mr. Happy inside somebody's hoo-ha without a raincoat on, babies come out. Face your responsibilities.
Well, hog tits, Arlene.
So yeah, I think he's finally accepted, you know, the role as Papa when his kids wake him up in the middle of the night.
As toddlers.
Hi, Daddy.
With haircuts. Bad ones.
First off, I want to know how these diapers and shirts didn't explode when these kids stretched out to toddlers. Second off, I want to know how this f***ing kid over here got a haircut. She has the Michelle Obama going on.
Third of all, how they speak English? And as Sookie's walking down the street,
Walking down the dirt road, actually.
she finds a fella injured in a patch of briar who's been attacked by a vampire. He hurt his arm, but he couldn't stand. Then he could walk, but there's no blood. But he got bit in his arm. His name is Ben, and he's a lovely man.
They're both half-links. What a coinky-dink.
And they can read each other's minds and it's pretty cute.
I was hoping that maybe I could see you again.
Too soon. I just lost Bill.
Who's Bill?
Excuse me?
I would never want to know what my lover thinks. I'm like, dude, shut up, take it. She wishes him good luck, points him in the direction of the ferry club.
A few miles up the road that way, you'll see the signs.
What signs? What signs?
So during the entire fight between Alcide and Sam, these f***ing kids were in the bush. There's so much bush in this episode.
It is.
They're like taking pictures and videos and they think it's so cool.
These kids are annoying me already.
You know what happens when you stick your nose in other people's business?
So at one point, Tara walks up to the group zipping up her pants.
Listen to your sister.
I remember that. It was odd.
Later, Pam says this.
We once, now it's you and me, girlfriends forever. That's what you think?
So it's safe to assume that they've had sex, right?
Yes. I mean, maybe their sex scene got cut, or maybe they're just waiting.
So you're gonna save the lesbo sex scene. Save it for Ricky and Danielle.
Is your produce organic? Sugar, this is Bon Ton. Down here, organic means you play the fancy piano at church. I'll be right back to take your order.
True predictions. So if you don't want to know what we predict for the future of this season 6, then you can skip to this time, okay? So I predict that power-hungry Alcide is going to be someone that we come to hate by the end of this season. Sorry, folks, but we're never going to get to see Sookie hit that. We are never, ever, ever
Please.
getting back
I
together.
said please. I think Danielle's gonna end up dying by the end of the season. Most likely, you can quote me on this, by the hands of Ricky.
I predict that every new character this season is going to die.
Except the Freedom Riders.
No, they will die first.
I predict that Sookie and Ben will be hooking up very soon.
For some reason, I want to say it's just going to be like a dry hump session, though.
Willow kills Ben.
Willow could kill Ben, you're right.
Willow will kill Ben. I predicted it.
I predict that the governor is behind all of the vampire versus human attacks.
Maybe his plan with the True Blood Factory is to poison the vampires.
I think that Andy's kids are going to grow up really fast, and they're going to help the vampires with the war against Warlow.
So I predict that Nora's going to be caught by the humans, and then Eric and the company is going to have to find a way to save her.
But in doing that, they themselves are going to get caught. I predict that the light that meets the dark in Lilith's prophecy refers to Sookie's ball of light that's going to kill Warlow.
Where's Hoyt?
Yeah, can we bring back Hoyt? Everyone misses him. Well, that's the end of our show. Before you click away, I'd like to thank all of you guys for your endearing comments during the off season. It's because of you, personally, you know who I'm talking to, that we even did this.
Right, that's true.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I came all the way from LA to film this show for you goddamn people. You better subscribe to this.
They'll subscribe. They will. Also, you want more of this? More of what's happening right here? That you click on the button share and share it with a family, a relative, friend, lover.
Give it back. Return the favor.
So check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and look for fun posts that we post up on Facebook, because we post fun things. Trust us. Do we?
No.
No? Until next time, let the blood flow, Trubies. Good night. Goodbye. Good riddance. No! Wait, what's the line?
swore.
Oh, we swore what?
We swore we were done with Bloodlust. It's too dangerous.
Alright. We swore we would not... Line, Antonia. We swore to not. Wait, what's the line? But we swore we were done with Bloodlust.
Okay, wait,
It's too
hold on.
dangerous.
Hold on.